George Washington, almost unique among world leaders, voluntarily stepped down from the presidency after 2 terms. As we're well aware, presidents for life have been more typical in Africa and many other parts of the world. Washington did that because he recognized that the stability and longevity of the United States would depend on the institutions being able to continue while the leader, the individuals, actually changed. Washington was still healthy. He could have stayed on for a while longer, but he felt far better to move out then when he was in some control and when the changeover could be done in a more orderly way. So have I here at CEI. A much more modest endeavor, obviously, but in a way the same thing. The free market movement is much more important than any individual, and ensuring that free market institutions survive after the successor has stepped down or is incapacitated is critical. We at CEI have done that, I think, reasonably well. I'll talk about that in just a moment. As many of you know, I've decided to step down as president of CEI. We're now undertaking a very thorough search for a successor. We've laid out a very interesting set of criteria that we think the individual should satisfy in all or in part, hopefully in great part. And then a period when I will step away from CEI, reaching out to business and other leaders throughout the world to see whether CEI's presence can be expanded to a global front. Can we create something like the alliance that CEI has created between business groups, policy groups, and others to advance economic liberty? Can move to a global scale, and then come back where I'll head the Center for Advancing Capitalism, a role that is apart from the day-to-day issue work of CEI, and that I hope will allow me to play a role without interfering in the new leader. This idea of thinking through succession and finding ways to ensure that one does have a reasonable transition is very important, and one, to my surprise, very few organizations, certainly on the right of center, have actually gone through yet. Partly we're young, those successions haven't yet happened. Partly it is a natural inclination to say, après moi, le déluge, after me the flood. It's not something that I think most of us really want to see, but sometimes we're negligent in making those plans. CEI is, I think, done a very good job of thinking through how to ensure an orderly transition to a new leader, how to pick a leader who will do in different ways, obviously, more than I can do now to actually advance economic liberty, while still preserving the role of all of us at CEI to feel comfortable with that transition. Successions aren't easy, and history suggests that too often they lead to disasters. I'm comfortable and confident now that the program that CEI has laid out will make it possible for the CEI in the future to be even more successful than it has been over the last decades. It's something I hope for, it's something I work for, and it's something the successor, I'm sure, will be able to do very, very well.